Wasn't that fun, chat? I have to find the right button. There it is. Let's have a quick save. Can you hear me? The best thing to do right now is retreat. No good deed goes unpunished. Aki! Huh? Someone calling me? The voice is coming from somewhere in the distance. I shake my head and look around. And of course flowers rustle their petals in the wind. The stifling, cloying scent intensifies. Hi, Kana. Hope you're doing well today. Welcome in. Aki! Where? I rub my eyes and finally see her. She stands before me, flushed and desperate. Her long hair flutters like ribbons. Hope I'm having a wonderful day. I'm having a pretty good day. Our protagonist is not having a very good day, but I'm having a pretty good day. Her skinny body seems even thinner because of the loose haori worn over her school uniform. Aki, can you hear me? Who is this? Her voice is breaking after endless attempts to get to me. I hear you, sorry. You know, if somebody I didn't recognize came into the forest where I had wandered and started calling my name, I would be immediately in fight mode. Like fight or flight, and I don't run. Not because you shouldn't run, chat, but because I'm fat and I can't get away. The girl flinches as if she'd taken a hit. Her bottomless black eyes widen. Tears glisten upon them. I'm so glad. I was afraid you wouldn't hear me. I can be very absent-minded sometimes. Sorry. And you are? Before the girl answers, I guess it myself. Tomo. Ends up being a Wendigo. Right? If somebody knows your name in the middle of the forest, that is a Wendigo. Do not fuck with it. You get the fuck out of there. That's like best case scenario, that's a Wendigo. Worst case scenario, tax collector. Only she knows me well enough to find me, even in the woods outside of town. Only she could come to my aid when I'm at my wit's end. What are you doing here? Tomo takes a deep breath, tucks a strand of hair behind her ear, as if to help herself gather her thoughts, and steps closer. Have you made a wish? No, not yet. I mean, I wanted to, but I couldn't do it. I'm not sure. Tomo nods silently. She still can't catch her breath. How did you know I'd come here to make a wish? How did you recognize me? I was so surprised. Is it really you? Of course it's me. Who else would it be? Aww. What a cute face. The little W mouth is always adorable. I'm so glad at last. I know what you look like. So, what do you think? You don't look like a grandpa with a bonsai tree. I'm not supposed to look like that. Indeed. How did you find me? Did your chessboard tell you? A chessboard can't talk. Tomo becomes serious. They mentioned in a course in the chat, so I thought you'd be here. I couldn't contact you and I got worried. The curse got into my phone. It broke. I see. We don't have much time. Am I gonna die? Don't think like that. We have to do something about your bad luck. I know, it isn't easy to make a wish. What if I don't formulate it correctly? If I make a mistake somewhere, taking a risk is scary. I know. You can't win the game if you don't know the rules. Right, like if you use chess pieces in a game of Go. It just wouldn't work. A wonderful comparison. Tomo smiles radiantly and mischievously, like a ray of sunshine brightening up a languid landscape. The chat stickers don't convey even half of her charm. Okay. I didn't know this was going to be suitable for Pride Month. I'm here for it, though. I'm here for it. But like Tomo from the internet, she's noticeably animated when it comes to her favorite games. Her elegant image gives way to a childishness and enthusiasm of a person irrevocably immersed in their hobby. Too bad this isn't the place to be discussing chess. Playing it with Tomo must be pure joy. I wonder if she'd invite me to visit. I'd love to. But first, a little nap to gain strength for the game. No sleeping. Sorry, I'm exhausted. I can't imagine what you've been through recently. I can't go on like this. Seriously, I can't. I tried searching the internet, but the subject of curses is too broad. I don't know what to look for. Mitsuki knew what to do. She knew right away that I'm cursed. She mentioned Anacorus. I don't know much about this stuff, but I know for a fact that only Anacorus can help me. Tomo nods with slight hesitation. Yet, you still haven't made a wish. It's scary. But what if it would solve everything? What if the opposite happens and I screw everything up again? Remember, no good deed goes unpunished, especially when you suffer from a curse of misfortunes. Oops. Too bad we can't ask Mitsuki. Yeah, it is a shame. We should be seeing each other. What if the curse is contagious? I start shaking again. If a face-to-face meeting is necessary to transmit the strange disease, Tomo is doomed. I knew it. No good deed goes unpunished for sure. If only I'd stayed home, Tomo wouldn't have gotten an infection. Forgive me, I'll think of something. Just don't take packages from creepy couriers, okay? Well, I'll be on my way. Wait. Tomo deftly grabs me by the hem of my jacket. Where are you going? Let's finish this game together. I just noticed that they both have the same, like, wing hair. This is, like, the longest we've looked at any of these characters, also. But they have the same kind of interesting winged hair. How? A riddle. What does one mean more than many? When does one mean more than many? I think I've gotten all the previous riddles right. I'm not sure about this one. When is one more than many? Or when does one mean more than many? Is it friendship? One friend is more precious than many? Nah, that doesn't sound right. Guess the artists really like that style? That would be my guess. That or it's something they happen to be good at drawing. Chat, little trick if you're ever feeling inclined. If you have any favorite artists you follow on places like Twitter or Blue Sky or anything, look down their look at their art and see if you can notice any particular things that are always drawn the same way. It's a fun little game. Because you'll find that once in a while, there's specific things like faces will always be at the same kind of 45-degree angle. Or noses will always be drawn the exact same way, regardless of like the angle the face is at. It'll be little things like that. But see if you can spot them. It's a very fun little game you can play. If you can't spot them, that means the artist is very skilled and can draw a lot of different things without having to worry about it, or they're very experimental and are willing to take risks. Both are good things. Not that there's anything wrong with, there's nothing wrong inherently with doing things you're comfortable with, though. Sorry, that's Isaac art talk for a minute. Let's get back to it. When does one mean more than many? When they eat a lot? Not quite. Never mind. I've got an idea. Since Mitsuki was only one who knew about the curse, let's ask her directly. For those of you who are just joining us, Mitsuki is dead. But how she's dead? Thank you for repeating that for me, Aki. We could find the girl who's connected to her death, but it's utterly unclear where we should even begin looking. Like a needle in a haystack. But we know full well the name of the needle we're looking for. I don't get it. Tomo smiles smugly. It's not hard to imagine what she looks like. This is when she's winning chess games. Sorry, hold on. Let me try that sentence again. I swear to God, chat, English is my first language. It's not hard to imagine that she looks exactly like this when she's winning chess games. Like a contently stuffed cat. But looking into the information on curses, I found a curious ritual on Shamrock. It's called Posthumous Wish. Hey, that's the name of the game! It allows you to enter the memories of a deceased person and ask them a single question. It is somewhat dangerous, but should definitely get the job done. Dangerous? Why? The soul of the dead person is a dark, evil place. It lures you in and makes you lose your mind. Some people go in there and never return. Their hearts shatter and their minds turn inside out. You have to be confident in your abilities. We have to. I'll go with you. Are we allowed to do that? If it wasn't, I wouldn't have suggested it. What do we need to do? First, we need to have something that belonged to the deceased. I involuntarily turn around and glance at Mitsuki's pendant, which still hangs from the fence. Yeah. Second, you have to come up with a question you want to ask them. And well, that's it. Sounds easy enough, as easy as wishing on the Anacorus. But in reality, it's way too vague. The problem is that not every dead person would want to make contact with the living, nor would all of them be willing to talk. But if they would let you in, they would definitely answer any question you would ask of them. Just like that, without asking for anything in return? I think of the pendant and the hat that hang not so far apart from each other. A paltry gift for the fulfillment of any wish. It's scary to imagine what a dead person would ask for. They are far scarier than an obscure magical flower. Yeah, there's a catch. Tomo shows indecision for the first time, yanking at the black ribbon wrapped around a strand of her hair. They say in return for your answer, you'll have to grant the ghost one wish. A dead person's wish? Oh. I wonder what kind of things dead people wish for. Probably not money. Probably not fame either. Although maybe. Make me famous would be a rough one, right? Yeah, it sounds a bit suspicious. What if they ask for something impossible? I don't know. We'll have to risk it. What if they ask for revenge? I have a bad feeling about this. Here comes trouble. If I risk performing the ritual, my life will change forever. I'm not sure if that change will be for the better. I know it beforehand. I really won't like meeting Mitsuki. There's going to be many, many things dark and scary about her answer. Lots of despair. Lots of pain. Aki, no sleeping. Ah, right, sorry. Having doubts? You see, I'm not the luckiest person in the world. I rarely ever get anything right. Everything seems to take a turn for the worse. With talents like mine, it's better not to get mixed up in stories with mysterious rituals, right? Are you backing down? I'm tired of misfortunes, exhausted both mentally and physically. Moreover, my fear is growing. I Can't get to Tomo into trouble. I have to back off before it's too late. No, I can't chicken out. Running away is pointless. It won't solve anything. Curses don't disappear by themselves. I'll have to be brave for Tomo. Okay, it's scary, of course. And something would definitely go wrong, but we have to try at least. Tomo sways silently, a sign of relief as I escapes her chest. Oh, hiccup. Then we'd better hurry. Suddenly, I feel calm. I decide to take a crazy, desperate step. And since I agreed, I won't back down. I will walk this path with a smile all the way to the end. So what now? Hold on, it's not that simple. Tomo walks over to the mesh fence. Slowly, carefully, almost reverently, she removes the pendant hanging there. We have to wait until nightfall. Do you mind if we do the ritual at your place? No problem. Dad wouldn't care. Will your parents let you? Of course. I'll text them. Then let's go. Tomo nods, smiling encouragingly. Together, shoulder to shoulder, we leave the mysterious clearing, and a chorus whispers after us. I've been dreaming of a trusted friend saving me from loneliness for so long that I almost jump for joy. It becomes very, very cozy, like under a heavy blanket that smells of laundry detergent and sunshine. I'm getting drowsy. I wish I could be walking with Tomo forever. But I could have peace of mind, and the creepy ritual could be done sometime later, in 100 years, and not with me. That the train would go in circles. That... Falling asleep? Am I that boring? Sorry, I didn't sleep well last night, and my leg hurts. We need to hold on a little longer. I'll try to keep you busy. I know what you're going to suggest. Oh, and what is it? Chess. Wrong guess. Go. We get to my home. Dad hasn't gotten home from work yet, but today I'm glad for it. This way I don't have to introduce him to Tomo. It would have been hard to explain to her why he isn't talking to me. We enter my room. I place Grace's on the bed out of habit, then offer Tomo something to drink. Thanks, I wouldn't mind some tea. I can only hope we have some. Why is it so dark in here? Oh, sorry, the light bulb burned out. Dad'll replace it later, but he's a little busy right now. The mirror is indeed broken. Surprising, right? Tomo continues to study the room, this time stopping her tenacious gaze on the bed. Those are some beautiful dolls. The best, with them I don't feel lonely. The shyness in my heart holds me from confessing my insecurities to Tomo, who is beautiful and mature. A bit less beautiful than Totomo Bear. There's only orange juice in the kitchen, so I offer Totomo instead of tea. She thanks me politely. We settle on the floor, and only then do I risk asking a question. How does the ritual go? What exactly needs to be done? Oops. Okay, every time I right-click, it does that, and my finger just keeps right-clicking for some reason. Sorry. We wait until nightfall. The clock shows 3:03. We put Mitsuki's pendant under the pillow and meditate on her. Sounds too easy. If you want something hard, I'll come up with a new riddle later. Your riddles are much scarier. We chat about the ritual for a while, then we decide to distract ourselves by playing homemade chess. I draw the board on a piece of paper. We use erasers and other stuff stashed in my desk drawer as pieces. Tomo rambles about the ins and outs of chess pieces, strategies, and how often she'd played chess with her grandfather. It's like she hadn't talked to anyone in a long time, just like me. It's sad when you don't have a close person to discuss your favorite hobby with. Huh? You're falling asleep. Sorry, I was thinking, I'm having so much fun. Wish we could play like this forever. Pity we couldn't get together before. Oop. Stop doing that. Yeah, it was silly of us. And the occasion we've chosen is, unusual. Yeah, a seance. Could have gone to Tomo instead. Agreed. We should definitely order a Tomo burger when we break the curse. Yeah, sure. By this time it's been dark for a while. Playing chess by lamplight isn't all that comfortable. We get into bed. For the first time, a friend is staying at my place for a sleepover. My heart is humming with joy. I think the last time I laid next to somebody was when my mom tucked me in. Mom. Oh, welcome back, Boda. Tomo doesn't look like Mom, but she's emanating the same warmth. Can't sleep? Nope. For the first time in a long while, I don't feel drowsy. Shall we talk about something? Like chess? Haven't you had enough of it? Then what? How about I think girls talk about boys during sleepovers. I know, I've got nothing to say. Either boys are boys, nothing to discuss. I'm getting the impression that Aki may not be terribly interested in boys. Boys. A memory from long ago flashes in and out of my mind. I think I had a friend once, or did I? Thank you for being here with me right now. How else? I delve into thoughts and don't notice the room has fallen into silence. The clock shows 28. Another 3 hours of waiting. What question should I ask? How can I lift the curse? Of course, it's the only question I should ask. I'm surrounded by many other mysteries. Why did Mitsuki die? Who's the girl mentioned in the chat? Why was Mitsuki cursed? Why am I cursed? Did Mom disappear because of the curse? Will she return if the curse is lifted? Will Dad become the same as before? Is Tomo safe? So many questions, and Mitsuki will only answer one. 3:03. Finally, the time has come. Put Mitsuki's pendant under my pillow, clutch Grace's to my chest, and clench Tomo's hand. Let's go. With a smile, as always. As Tomo asked, I remembered the last time Mitsuki and I met. Her empty eyes, her shriveled white face, her voice shaking with cold, her words entangled with madness and fear, like roots. Mitsuki, where are you now? Somewhere nearby? It seems like I should have fallen asleep, but my mind remains clear. My nerves are strained like trembling strings. I can do this, right? I'm not so hopeless that I can't even begin the ritual, am I? Mitsuki, are you there? I'm no longer lying in my bed. Wherever I am, it's not my room. Not my house. Not even my town. It's somewhere. The white space I sit in is only occasionally cut through by a sickly green flickering. There is no earth or sky, no top or bottom, only an all-consuming emptiness. I'm all alone here. Alone. No. Panic rumbles in my chest. Blood rushes to my face. The worst of my nightmares has come true. Except I can't wake up, because it's not a dream. It's the ritual. Ritual where I'm completely, certainly, absolutely, unbearably, impossibly, intolerably alone. I'm here. They end up finding Mitsuki, and upon arriving, they unconsciously ask, "Are you Mitsuki?" And that ends up being their one question. That is 100% the sort of stupid shit that I would do. It's scary. It's so scary. Aki? Horribly scared. Something flicks me on the forehead. Ow. Fear no more. I'm here, Aki. You're not alone. Oh. Sorry, it's just no one was there and I... Don't disappear again. I won't. In the same instant, the white space is shrouded in a murky green haze. It transforms into an ordinary room with a bed, a desk, and a half-empty closet. Or rather, not quite ordinary. Black vines stretch from the cracks in the walls and floor, scratching against the furniture and ceiling. The vines sprawl and swell like ravenous leeches and bristle with sharp prickles. One by one, buds start appearing on them, blossoming with 3 petals. They flash here and there like chaotic constellations. And a chorus. In just a couple of seconds, the white nothingness is turned into a surreal garden, a nest woven from stiff thorns. Nothing can be seen behind the glass, the only window. Nothing except darkness and the occasional flashes of lightning. Wow. We rise to our feet and look around. It's not my room. I think we're somewhere in Mitsuki's home, in the place that was important to her. It's so empty. Yes, very empty. Impersonalized. That's a $5 word, isn't it? The right word. I wouldn't have thought of it. Tomo hesitantly walks across the room, gingerly touching the furniture with her fingertips. I assume impersonalized means something along the lines of lacking personality. There is no signs of Mitsuki in this room. There's no things that are her preference. Where is she? Mitsuki? Why isn't she here? Why is her soul so empty? How strange. I thought Mitsuki would come to my room, all shiny and translucent like a real ghost. But in the end, we're the ones who wound up in a place unknown to us. Do you know what an actual ghost looks like? No, I've never seen the soul of the dead either. It's unusual here. And a chorus is everywhere, like it sprouted into Mitsuki's very existence. Okay. Chat, just by how fucking calm she is about all of this, and the little bit of, like, arrogance she's walking around with, this is not Tomo's first time doing this. I almost guarantee that this is not the first, like, soul she's jumped into. I do not trust Tomo even a little bit. Tomo brings her hand up to a vine, but doesn't risk touching it. It rises and falls slightly, as if breathing. So Mitsuki made a wish after all, since her soul is bound by Anacorus? Perhaps. But she died anyway for some reason. Mitsuki, will you answer us? We scatter about, studying the room, but the half-empty shelves don't give away anything about the hostess's character. Let alone her fears or cause of death. On the wall, a usual school uniform. On the shelves and desk, textbooks. There isn't a single personal belonging. However, when you look more closely, we find a door behind the dense thorns. Tomo walks determinedly towards it with the intention of pulling the handle. It appears that the door is hiding behind a mesh fence. Oh. Why? Tomo's hand slumps helplessly. Seems there's something very important behind the door. Mitsuki is hiding? Isn't the ritual supposed to call her? I don't know. We shouldn't give up. We shouldn't. Despite her determination, I haven't a clue how we could deal with the obstacle before us. And of course his thorns would wound anyone who dares approach the door. Vines have burrowed into it, flowing smoothly into the reaching branches which touch the ceiling above. The mesh is very reminiscent of the fence where I had found Mitsuki's pendant, and left my favorite hat as an offering. Huh? Touch my head, realizing that I'm wearing the hat. Ah, right, this isn't reality. Why wouldn't it be back? I look around the room once more. A rusted tool is lurking in a dark corner, next to the desk. I think it's used to cut off iron bolts. A bolt cutter. A spark of pain flares in my ankle. Why? On stiff legs moving in the fog of indecision, I pick up the instrument with both hands. Its smells of rust hit my nose, instantly dissolving into the cloying aromas of the anacorus. Shall we cut the mesh? Let's try. There's nothing else to do in this empty room anyway. I take a deep breath, gathering my strength. But something goes wrong. Suddenly, my hands are pierced by long, sharp spikes that have grown straight out of the corroded handles. More and more spikes sprout into my clenched palms, spreading sticky drops of blood around. Don't. The pain is unbearable. I try to throw the bolt cutters away, but the thorns multiply under my skin. They slither up my arm and stretch out their gnarled fingers to sting my heart. What's wrong? The creepy vision vanishes. The bolt cutter falls from my hands, clattering to the floor. Tomo bends down to pick it up. No, don't. It's bad. We shouldn't touch it. Why? It's rusty. It won't cut anything. We have to keep looking. We have to... The bolt cutter is not to be lifted under any circumstances. Huh? Oh, look. 3 cardboard boxes appeared on the table. They certainly weren't there before. They look like the creepy package the equally creepy courier brought me yesterday morning. The shabby cardboard shakes faintly. A black puddle has managed to drip from under the boxes, covering the desk. What's this? It's creepy. We're using a ritual of summoning the dead. It's supposed to be scary. Can't argue with that. Suppose you can't. Who's afraid but still moves forward? That's a weird question. I got it. It's a riddle, right? Who's afraid but still moves forward? A strong person. Cardboard is rippling like anacorus vines. Something is rolling and bumping inside the boxes, kicking at the walls. There's a quiet, sad whisper. Each box has an image drawn on the top. Huh? What does it mean? It's like we're being offered a choice. Oh. I realize that Tomo means and freeze in hesitation. Last time I opened the box, there was something scary sitting inside. Not really looking like a Totomo bear. But what if someone had locked Graces inside? What if they were lying there in the stinking darkness all alone? It's fine. I can do it. Since Mitsuki is showing us the boxes, we can't ignore them. Shall we try to open one? Yeah, let me do it. Forward, forward, forward. It's too late to turn back. If I've decided to go all the way, I'll go all the way. I will complete the ritual, ask Mitsuki a question, and lift the curse. Whatever lies ahead, I can handle it. Let's go. Let's have a quick save. So I'm thinking this is where we determine the order of these stories that we do. Because each one of these girls has a story. Let's start with this one. She looks fun. Mitsuki? Mitsuki, save me! Mitsuki, are you listening? What? My best friend claps her eyelashes in surprise, raising an absent-minded gaze at me. Ambush, the enemies have surrounded me. Not enemies, just classmates. Mystic-obsessed morons. As always, after school, Mitsuki and I huddle in my room and discuss the day's events. My friend is sitting in a wild green-colored poof. She herself resembles a poof. Her character is soft, airy, and supple. Next to Mitsuki, I feel a crude barbarian from a cave. My success in sports only reinforces the comparison. Hehe. But even the invincible barbarians are trapped by a saber-toothed tiger, sometimes. I'm doomed. Don't exaggerate. You don't get it. Humans are just like animals. If you disobey the leader of the pack, you are cast out. Can't be alone or indifferent. Bullying is serious stuff. Oh. We go to the same school, but we're in different classes. Mitsuki has a very vague idea of the trouble I'm in. No one will bully you, Haru. Everyone loves you. You and your brother are the stars, our athletic talents. Mitsuki always smiles as if nothing in the world can upset her. Usually I admire her positive attitude, but this day I am not in the mood. Mitsuki! Is it really that bad? Is it really that bad? Absolutely, otherwise I wouldn't have been suffering. Can I help somehow? Yes, I'm begging you. Without you, I'm doomed. Dead. I'll be gone from this reality. Mitsuki laughs softly again. I'm serious. Tell me properly what happened. I straighten up and stare at Mitsuki in all seriousness. Even the atmosphere in the room seems to change. I told you about the ritual that's so popular in school right now, yeah? Yes, I remember. The one from Shamrock. Hells take this stupid site. Who even came up with the idea of putting all the scary stuff in one place? It isn't discussed in my class so far. It isn't ours. Every damn corner it's the same old thing. Ritual, ritual, ritual. Isn't it normal? I mean, everyone likes mysticism today. And in a week, they'll get bored and come up with something else. Doesn't matter if it's normal or not. In our class, everyone has completed it. Only I haven't. And the mystical boom is just gaining momentum, enriching Shamrock with all sorts of delusional articles. You're joking, right? It can't be. She seems to start realizing what I'm getting at. Her voice becomes serious. I make an anguished face. It can. Oh yes, it can. And there's no way out of this? The law of the pack, Mitsuki. The law of the pack. At every break, the pack leader approaches me to hover over me, asking when I'll finally get together and go. I cringe, remembering the smug faces of the boys and girls leaning over my desk. I can physically feel that one wrong word and I'll be burned at the stake. Sometimes I like to dramatize and exaggerate, but right now, I'm not kidding. One boy called the ritual absurd and a load of crap. He was beaten up in the restroom. Jesus, that seems a little intense. My classmates are obsessed. No kidding. No fucking kidding. They just fucking assaulted that kid. I stare at Mitsuki with a pleading look. You know, like, I guess this is understandable, right? If there was some kind of weird ritual thing and the people who call it dumb get beat the fuck up, I could see why you would do it. You know, you don't want to get taken out fucking back. She ponders it, putting her index finger to her lips. I'm afraid you really have no choice. But I don't think you need to worry so much. We can use that magic book of your cousin's all the time ourselves. Aren't all these rituals invented to tickle the nerves? They're scary, sure, but they don't really work. I know. Well, here you go. This exact ritual scares me shitless. Do you remember the gist of it? You can use it to ask the dead one question. If you do everything correctly, they answer. If not, you or someone dear to you dies in 6 days. The undead rips out the tongue of those who dare to ask them questions and fail the ritual. Why does everyone have a story like this to involve someone's death? Doesn't that make it more scary? It creeps me out even to think about the undead. Why do I have to ask them anything? Why do they have to answer? How do they even know anything about me and my life? I shake my head in annoyance. What do you think I should even ask? About the weather on the weekend? Maybe find out what awaits us after death. I'd rather not know. Besides, that's absurd. What undead? What are we, in kindergarten? Ah. What do classmates who performed the ritual say? Did they see the undead? I fidget nervously. Some say they indeed saw ghosts. But you know how boys are. They read lots of horror manga and brag about sitting alone in a graveyard for 3 days and 3 nights. First they're seeing shadows, then someone's grabbing their feet. Some of them even mistook our local vagrant for the Walking Dead. Fear has big eyes. Some prefer to stay silent with a mysterious look. As if they've seen things that mere mortals are better off not knowing about. How sly. Exactly, and I seriously doubt they fulfilled all the conditions, but so far everyone's alive and well. This is good. Naturally, there are geniuses who failed the ritual and their favorite goldfish died the next morning. Then maybe there's no need to worry? I'd be happy to, except I don't want to go on. I feel otherwise Mitsuki won't get the depth of the problem. There's one girl. She completed the ritual a month ago. She returned to school pale, wounded, and generally tormented. Tormented? You're exaggerating as always. I swear, Mitsuki. Well, that doesn't prove that she was attacked by the undead. She showed her hands. There were visible fingerprints on them. Aren't there supposed to be fingerprints on your hands? As if someone was grabbing her forcefully and not letting her escape. You've been talking about bullying just now. No one bullied her, I would have known. And the handprints were big, like an adult's. Whoa. And her parents showed up at school and blamed all the male teachers. I'm surprised you didn't know. But you just said that. I really started to remember something. Sometimes Mitsuki can be very absent-minded. Even though she's a much better student than me, a mediocre C. Anyway, they never found the culprits and the girl said that... What? That the ritual worked. Worked meaning... You know what meaning. Brimming with emotions, I waved my arms. She asked a question and the dead answered. Answered how? She asked some ridiculous question about a boy she liked. Something like, will we be together? And so she had already completed the ritual, calmed down a little, and was about to head home. The voice sounded right at her ear, as if from the grave itself. Oh. And the voice said, "We're reaching out to you about your car's extended warranty." Sorry. What? You will never see him again. Oh. And? Are they all right? I make a heavy sigh. Yeah, nothing serious. The boy transferred to another school. Well, the zombie was right. She really hadn't seen him since. It doesn't prove anything anyway. It doesn't make it any easier for me, you know. I simultaneously don't believe all this absurdity and fear it, remembering the horrible black marks on the girl's hands. What if you lie? Say you did it while not doing anything. It's not so easy. They're all asking for a picture. A photo of a ghost? What ghost? No, prove you really went there that night. If they aren't satisfied with the quality, they'll send you back to consolidate the result. Aren't they crossing the line? Again, the kid getting beat up in the bathroom I feel is where we cross the line. They don't think so. My brother did the same ritual the other day. Stupid. Even your brother? Mitsuki seems surprised to the core. Well, he never got an answer to his question. What did he ask? Something about the ways to make a blog popular. You know, if I was asking somebody all-powerful, if I was asking some sort of dead person, I'm not sure I would go with how to make my blog popular. I would think that it would be, you would only be able to get answers that that dead person knew. And nobody knows how to make a blog popular, chat. Weird question asked the dead. 100% my brother lied. No one believes that the dead will answer, hence the joke questions. Besides, I stammer. Haru? Suddenly, I have a bad feeling. If you ask something important, I hesitate again. Wouldn't you be afraid to hear the answer? Mitsuki stays silent for a while, then nods in agreement. I wouldn't have risked it. Neither would I. What exactly do you want from me? Right, come with me. I'm begging you. If I go alone, I'll die of fear. Is it allowed? Until the ritual begins, it is. Then it isn't, but at least this way, please. I'm really afraid. Mitsuki's looking at me for a long time, as if in doubt. I know beforehand that she wouldn't abandon her friend in distress. Were our roles reversed, I'd go with her if she asked. All right. I almost throw myself on her neck in joy. It's like a weight off my shoulders. Mitsuki just can't help but support. Yay, yay! What's with all the noise? Nothing. Be on your way. My brother's already at the doorstep, scratching the back of his head in irritation. His hair looks like he's just woken up. He does have a little bit of an anime protagonist do, doesn't he? No way. I'm curious of what you're yelling about for all the neighbors to hear. Don't tell me it's about the ritual. Eep. Seriously? I turned to Mitsuki for support. Oops. But she's sitting as if she were wooden, staring at the wall with round eyes. I thought you didn't believe in all this garbage. Of course, it's absurd. Complete and utter nonsense. What about you, Mitsuki? When my brother is nearby, Mitsuki is turning into a Buddha statue. It's going to be a while before she regains her senses. Ah, Mitsuki's got a crush. How cute. Absurd. So you won't go? I will. If you managed, I can make it somehow. His face suddenly stretches, taking on an unhealthy hue. Are you serious? Dead serious. Then at least be careful. He doesn't say anything else and retires to his room. What's gotten into him? He asked something important, didn't he? He asked something about Mitsuki, didn't he? He asked if Mitsuki would be a good match for him or something like that. And they said, no, Mitsuki's gonna die. Oh, he's mocking, huh? Fine, I'll show him. Yeah. When we're together, no ghost can stop us. Of course. I decide to be done with the ritual as soon as possible, before my classmates go completely wild. Besides, the focus on Shamrock Ride is best performed when a young moon is clearly visible in the sky. Oh, excuse me. The ritual itself is very tricky, consists of several important steps. At night, go to a place where life used to be in full swing, but now no one dwells. Burn a hair and recite the summoning spell. Ask the dead a question. Run as far as you can, counting from 100 to 0. No stumbling. I would 100% stumble. Also, I don't think I can run as fast as I can for 100 straight seconds. I would definitely pull a hammy. If you encounter a living person before counting to 0, disaster happens. When you finish counting, recite the banishment spell. Do everything right, and the dead will answer your question. Make a mistake, and you or someone dear to you will die in 6 days. The undead would gladly rip out your tongues. What a load of crap. Pages from class can be found even the perfect location, an empty school building. Honestly, they should stop reading so much manga. I hope we won't run into a guard. Gathering all my courage, I stop outside the ominous school waiting for Mitsuki. My inner voice is screaming that no normal person would ever agree to stick their head in there. Why am I doing this? I look up at the sky. A growing moon is clearly visible above the rooftops. It's late spring and already warm, but I feel a chill running down my spine. I feel like someone is looking at me from beyond the broken windows. I'd only be happy if it's my stupid classmates who decide to play a prank and hid in the schoolrooms beforehand. There seems to be a slight creak of floorboards coming from the bowels of the building. Maybe it's a guard? Or is it the rustling of vines nestled against cracked walls? Prickly thorns twitch slightly, as if slowly creeping from place to place. For a moment, it even seems that there's a reason for an open window to be lurking in these thickets. It's starting to really creep me out. Where are you, Mitsuki? Have you chickened out? That's absurd. My best friend wouldn't let me down. Haru! Mitsuki runs toward me, clutching her phone in her hand with a flashlight on. You're late. Sorry, my dad delayed me. Why are you scared to be alone? Like before an exam? Except this time I'm the one asking questions. Well, since you're joking, everything's fine. I sure hope so. Let's go. The sooner we begin, the sooner we'll be done with all this. The open window looks like a bottomless hole. I really don't want to go in there. In the horror stories from Shamrock, participants of such walks never come home. It's absurd, but also scary nonetheless. The old building greets us with an eerie silence. There's trash scattered everywhere. It's hard to believe that once upon a time, living people were walking these creepy hallways. This gloomy place is no longer fit for talking, studying, or laughing. Only draughts can live in here, playing with the peeling paint. And mold slowly eating away at the floorboards. My classmates said they tried to explore the school, but most of the doors were locked. Fortunately or not, only a few classrooms upstairs can be opened. Given the rules of the ritual, the logical thing to do is to get to the topmost floor and start counting there. Just enough time to count to 0 when you're running to the exit. We go to the second floor. The staircases creak, so much that I'm afraid they would give away and collapse with us. Mitsuki keeps looking around, as if worried that someone would pounce on us from behind. I mean, that feels like a legitimate fear. I feel like that's a legitimate thing to be worried about. A creepy old building like this could have homeless people. Or dangerous people in general. That would be my concern. My concern would be people being here. That's always my concern with any ghost hunting situation. It's better not to think about such things, lest we scare ourselves. Finally, we get to the topmost floor. Somewhere around here, I'll have to start the crazy ritual. I look around, deciding where to go. Are you sure? Someone took their time to leave a mark.
Are you sure? What a dumb question.
I'm not sure of anything, so I pick a neighboring classroom. At least this way I can defy my stupid classmates. Mizuki and I stand in the middle of a gloomy, dust-filled room. It's empty, without the usual desks and chairs that evokes associations with the cemetery. The night air no longer feels warm. I'm shivering slightly. The only thing I can see out the window is the sickle of a crescent moon. I hear nothing except Mai and Mitsuri's breathing, and the eerie silence is getting on my nerves. It's like I'm listening to every rustle on purpose, which makes me even more frightened. Mitsuki is looking around fearfully. We're really here, I can't believe it. It's like a whole other world.
Alright, ad time.
For those of you heading off to ads, don't worry, the game will be paused. You will miss nothing. For those of you who are still here,